Hey, are you trying to start an auto repair shop with no money and you don't know how you're going to do any marketing? Or you have an established repair shop and you don't have a budget for marketing? Well, on this video, I'm going to give you the entire strategy of how to market your repair shop without spending a nickel. And it's going to be better than any other advertising that you could ever buy. So you better buckle up because we're starting right now. Hey, I'm Matthew and welcome back to Car Count Hackers. If you're a repair shop owner or you're going to be a repair shop owner and you want to learn how to grow your car count, income, and profits so that you can improve the lifestyle of everyone you care about, go ahead and smash that subscriber button, ring the bell icon. That way you'll be notified every time I upload new information. So let's jump into this and get started. I told you by the end of this video, you're going to have a complete strategy to get free marketing. So you might want to grab a pad and pen and take a few notes. In the interest of transparency, I have to tell you that this video was actually inspired by a recent comment I got on a previous video. William Robinson said, "At Car Count Hackers, we have recently put an ad in our local community paper. The editor has asked me for some copy to add to possibly a monthly column. This was unexpected. However, I will give it a go. My biggest concern is wording it well. Kind regards, William." First off, William, thank you so much for your comment. I know I can help you. I've done this for countless other repair shop owners, and I'm going to give you everything you need to know. But I want to add one other thing. At the time of recording this video, I've actually had a phone conversation with William where I've given him up all these different points. So I want to give them to you because this is a tremendous way to get marketing virtually for nothing. Well, I really mean for nothing. But you've got to do a couple of things and you got to do them right. So I want to give you all that so that you can do this yourself. When I talked to William, the tip started out like this. Number one, don't sell anything. Don't attempt to sell. Don't even mention something like, if you want this, you should come and see me. Just stay away from it. The newspaper isn't there to give you free advertising space. But I've got a bonus at the end of this that really is interesting, and you're going to want to see that. So let's jump back into this. Tip number 2, I told William that you want to watch what you say. Now, I think you'll agree with me. It's not really what you say, it's how you say it. Makes sense, doesn't it? So with that said, I told William to choose some of his words sort of carefully. If you're talking about a particular service or a product, use terms like "from my experience" or "from what we've seen" or "from the viewpoint of." You never want to sound like you're trying to sell something because the newspaper is going to just walk away from you. Tip number 3, the most important part of your article is going to be your headline. That's what's going to flag readers down to read your article. So when you're thinking about headlines, the best insider tip I can give you is this. There's basically 2 types of headlines. One is for gain and the other is for pain. So let me give you an example and I think you'll get it right away. A gain headline might be something like, how to get 5 more miles out of every gallon of gas. A pain headline might be something like, 3 things you should know to avoid unexpected roadside breakdown. The only other interesting fact that you should know is that pain-type headlines typically pull about twice as much as gain-type headlines. I know, go figure. Tip number 4 was, start writing basics in bullet points. Look, you stand and talk to your customers virtually every day at your service counter, and they ask you questions. What should I do about this? Or how can I get this? Or whatever it is. So your response is going to be, well, you should do this, that, and that, right? So take those and just start with basic bullet points. But not to worry, I'm going to give you an example in this video that basically you could copy and sort of send off to your local newspaper. I promise I won't tell them you did it. But once you start with those bullet points, you can expand on those bullet points and just use conversational type writing. Just the way that you would speak is the way you would write. Tip number 5, I'm going to give you the formula. Now, write this down, and right after this, I'm going to actually give you a real live example. That's why I told you to bring a pad and pen to this video. But look at this. The formula is just this simple. Number one, tell them what you're going to tell them. Step two, tell them. Step three, tell them what you already told them. So as an example, go ahead and grab a pen and take this down. Your headline could start with something as simple as how to save money on auto repairs. Simple, isn't it? Sort of inviting too. So to start your article, tell them what you're going to tell them. You're going to say something like, I'm going to give you the 4 best tips I've got on how you can save money on auto repairs. So then you go on to give them your 4 points. You might start out by saying something like, the service station attendant is pretty much a thing of the past. The problem is, they used to check engine oil every time you filled up. But, like I said, that doesn't happen anymore. That's why you should check your engine oil every other fill-up. For an accurate reading, follow this procedure. Number 1, after running your car or driving for about 15 minutes to warm the oil, park the car on a level surface. Turn off the engine and wait 10 or 15 minutes to allow the oil in the engine to drain back to the oil pan. Step 2, remove the dipstick and wipe it clean with a paper towel or wiper. Step 3, reinsert the dipstick, being sure to push it all the way in, then pull it out again to check the oil level. It should be somewhere between the 2 hash marks on the dipstick. Step 4, if necessary, add the type and amount of oil as specified in your owner's manual. If you don't have your owner's manual or you're unsure, your local trusted auto repair shop or mechanic will have that information. All pretty simple, isn't it? So now you're going to summarize it by telling them what you told them. Hey, those are my 4 best tips on how you can save money on auto repair by being sure that you never let your oil levels drop too low, and of course, keep your oil changed on a regular basis. Tip number 7, write a short bio. Don't leave it up to someone else to tell your story. Your bio can be something as simple as, John is an ASE certified technician. He's been a mechanic for 18 years, and he's the owner of John's Auto Repair, 123 Main Street, your city and state. That's as easy as it gets. But I told you at the beginning I'm going to tell you something, but, get closer, because really, I don't want you to repeat this to anyone else, and certainly don't tell anyone where you got this from. Deal? Okay, so what I'm going to tell you is this. Look at this from the position of the consumer who's reading this newspaper. Don't you think, now this is all without being said, don't you think that when the consumer reads that headline, how to save money on auto repairs, and they read that information and they see who you are, it's an implied endorsement from the newspaper? Because after all, the newspaper wouldn't publish something from some dumb grease monkey cow. You know what I'm saying. You're an authority in the marketplace. That is something that no one can buy in advertising. I promise. Go ahead and take those notes, turn it into something, and make this happen. I guarantee you this is absolutely 100% free, and it'll get you started in your marketing. And for the 2 or 3 of you still watching this video, go ahead and watch the next video about marketing strategies for 2019. I promise it's got information that you're going to want to know. And don't forget to hit the subscriber button, ring the bell icon. That way, you'll be notified every time I upload new videos. My name's Matthew, the Car Count Fixer. I thank you so much for taking a minute out of your day. Can't wait to see you on the next video. Take care and talk soon.